Starbucks, you're going crazy. Aww. That's gonna be an exciting part of that video.
You want to move over some?
For your own safety, you might want some. Poor little dude. Force you to do something. There you go. Alright. So, real quick, now this is interesting. Now stay with me. How much of, I guess it wasn't that interesting. How much of what I'm about to say do you actually have to be able to do? I don't know. I just want to show you something interesting about how to do certain things quicker with percentages. And I also want to make this work correctly. He's got a very weak neck, poor little dude. Alright, you guys stay there? We'll find out. If not, then forget about it. Okay. So watch this. If I had a $42.30 meal and I wanted to give a 15% tip. Here's how I could do it. Just watch. What's 10% of $42.30? Can you guys do that quickly now? $4.23. I like it. Alright, so still works. So what's 5% of $42.30? If 10% is $4.23, 5% is going to be half of that. Right? So it'll actually be, let me put it on a zero, it'll be 2.115. So now if I add these, won't I end up with 15%? I mean, so you could do these kind of things with percentages, and you very often don't get shown this. It's just something you have to kind of realize on your own. If you never realize it, then, oh well, too bad. But if I had to take 3% of something, I could take 1% of it and then triple that. I can kind of build percentages off of these 1 and 10 percentages. Does that make sense? Yeah. Even if it doesn't, how would you do this? How would you take 15% tip of this? You would just put 0.15 times 42.30, ooh, right? And let the calculator do all the thinking. But it's kind of nice as a human to go, oh, this is how you do this shit in your head. Alright? I know some of you guys don't want to do that, but it's good to know that it exists. It's out there. You don't need calculators because we didn't always have calculators.
Can we use it in the store sense? Alright, like, let's say if we go to the store, we pay about $100 or something, we got a 40% discount.
Totally.
Alright, can you do that?
Well, that one would be kind of nice. Let's give it, let's say something costs $120. And then they give me a 40% discount because I'm a friend of the owner. You get the friendly discount.
What would you do?
Gotta be careful now. Not divide it. I'm not going to divide here at all. Right? I'm going to take what of what? I'm getting a 40% discount. 40% of what? 120. Right? So what is 40% of 120? You can do our trick. Let me see if you guys. You can just do 0.4 times 120 in your calculator. Or you can do 10% of 120 would be 12. Times 4 is 48. And sure enough, if you put 0.4 times 120 in your calculator, you get 40 freaking 8. It's really nice to be able to do the problem about as quickly as your calculator can do it. It feels pretty good. Reassert our dominance on the earth instead of the freaking calculators being in control. Right? But again, you can just do 0.4 times 120. And you get, either way you do it, you get 48 bucks. Now what does that 48 bucks mean? Am I going to pay the 48 bucks and leave?
That's how much it's coming off.
Exactly. So now I can do 120.
Okay.
Lose the 48. And you get, what's 120 minus 50? 120 minus 50 is 70. So 2 less than that, 72. 2 more. You're taking off 2 less.
0.4 times 120 is 48.
Say again?
0.4.
Yeah, 0.4 times 120 is 48. 10% of 120 is 12. Is that cool? Move the decimal back once. 10% of 120 is 12. So 40% of 120 must be 4 times that. 48. Same thing your calculator says. You're like, holy crap. Are you guys semi with me here?
I'm understanding.
I mean, these are some of the things that they might not say specifically to you in a textbook anywhere. But this is really good to know that you're allowed to do these kind of things. Of course you are. Because if 10% of 120 is 12, how do I get 40%? Multiply by 4 to get 40%. So multiply by 4 to get 48. So it's all mathematically legal. It's just a really nice way to kind of think about it in your head in case your battery dies. And you're like,
so the shirt is going to be $72.
Yeah, exactly. Or whatever. Oh, man, that shirt's better. Be a self-cleaning shirt.
That's what's up,
exactly.
Though.
That's right. About 2 weeks before the big sale, they jack up the prices.
So, like, that's basically really how it works, like, when you go in the store and you see discounts.
Exactly. Now, real quick, since you said that, let's say they then take, so after it went from 120, now it's 72 bucks, right?
Yeah.
And then they go, all right, it's still not selling. Let's take another 10% off. And then they say to you, so then we're going to give you 50% off.
Off of what, though?
But it ain't true. It ain't true. If they do 40% off and then they take another 10% off of that, it ain't going to be 50% off the original. So this happens all the damn time. Sometimes not because they're being manipulative or evil, just because they don't understand math, which is scary to me that people setting the prices don't understand math. So that's why you should always know math so you can check shit out so you know what the hell's going on. If I did an additional 10% off what? Because what is it now? 72. Well, what's 10% of 72? 720. Are you guys cool with that now? Can I just go straight to 72?
Yeah.
And then 72 minus 720. What's 72 minus 720? What's 72 minus 7?
We in there. Hold on.
I want to get you there. What's 72 minus 7? 72 minus 7. 65. Now take another 20 cents off from 65. 64.80. 64.80. Or you can do this whole thing, whatever. Right? Or you can do this. If I'm letting you. I love it. 50% off should have gotten you to what? What's half of 120? 60. If it was truly 50% off, you should have paid 60 bucks. But after 40% and then a 10%, is it 60?
No.
No, so that ain't 50%. All right, maybe stop there because I am kind of going a little off the script here, and that's fine because it's the shit that you really need to know.
Just going a little stuff.
Oh yeah, I do that. Especially for this. This is kind of like extra stuff that you don't have to totally understand, but it's nice to know it exists.
Okay.
You need a new job, Jeff. You should be the state controller of the department store. You go around.
Just because I know how to work, percentages, I don't want to touch anything business related. Let me see if I can push this one more. What percent? It's not 50% off, is it? Can I figure out what percentage off that actually represents? How much did it change by total?
50 something.
Yeah, it's not 60. It's 55.20. If you do 120 minus 64.80, it changed by how much total? It started at 120. After 2 discounts, we ended up at 64.80. So how much did it change by total? 55.20. I like it. And now if I take that change and divide by the original, I'll get the percent change. So what's 55.20 divided by 120? Say again? 0.46? So it's actually a 46%. decrease. And I understand, right now you guys, I know you guys always want to know exactly what you want to be able to do, but there's always more to the story that increases your understanding of what the hell you're doing. So do you ever have to do anything I just did? Not necessarily. Notice this though, last thing about this. What is 10% of 40%? What's 10% of 40? 4. And how far away from 50% was I?
4.
That actually kind of always happens that way. That's enough of that. I kind of pushed it a little bit, but if you know where things started and you do series of things and you know where it ends, you can always figure out the total percent change just by doing this. How much did it change by? Divided by where did it start? I like it. Cool. Alright. So anything else from, wow, what got me into that? Oh yeah, it was this thing, alright. Anything else from homework that I could just take a few hours to talk about? Oh yeah, you guys, the only thing you noticed from what I said is, you ain't got hours.
Not that you can talk forever about it.
Exactly. Alright. Oh, Rick, you can go home anytime you want to, man. This is college. Oh, somebody took me up on that. I missed that. I wanted to see her face when she went like, really? Alright. Personal responsibility time. Alright. This kind of leads directly into this next topic, like sales tax. And this is exactly the same thing. I mean, these sections all almost should feel the same. The process you're using is the same because it is. So I'm going to take one right out of homework. Let's say that the cabinet, this beautiful file cabinet you got your eyes on, right? Because your life is so exciting. It costs $250. And the sales tax, the tax rate is 6.85%. All right, let me stop right there. You guys, everybody in here must have bought something in the past or been near somebody when they bought something. Okay. I don't know what's going on in your life. How are you going to, I need to know two things. I need to know what the total tax you're going to pay and then what the total price you have to pay before you leave the store. Don't say anything out loud. I want to know what's the total tax and then what's the total cost. This is not a new problem. This is not new. This is still a percentage. So it works the same way as the problems we just did. It's just got different words we're using.
Okay, just
Wait. I want to let them work on it for a little bit, and then you can tell me what to do. Just to help you look at this, you can look at a tax. The tax is always a percent increase. So when they say the tax rate is, you can actually read that as the percent increase is, and then it works just like the problems in the last section because that's all the tax is. It's all, but it's all it's always an increase, and what you have to pay.
so what do you do that? Just let me know
Sing it, sorry. Yeah, you gotta. What do you multiply? 250 times what? But what do you got to do with it's 6.85%? So we have to do that first. That's a percentage. I want the real number. Change it. To what? All right, guys. So how do you rewrite this? Well, what's 6.85%? What is that? As a number, as a decimal.
Move the decimal.
Yep. You move it back twice. So you get 0.0685. Yeah. Please, dear God, if you don't multiply 6.85 times 250, I ain't coming to your store. That's way too much.
No, I didn't actually multiply, but you know what I did? I made it.
But I want you to see, this is exactly like the problem we just did, right? Now, in this case, it's going to be an increase, but it's always the percentage that I'm going to change by or add on or something of the amount, and then I'm going to add it on top. So that's why a tax rate, you can always just read it as a percent increase. So first find out how much you're going to increase it by. So what is 0.0685 times 250? 17.125? And then, so that's the total tax. So what is going to be the total cost?
You give it
250.
Minus 760.
Careful. You wish.
Nope.
So you're going to add it.
Tax is going to be added on top of it.
267,125.
Yeah, 250 plus. Let's go make that 1713, right? Which they'll probably do. Round that bad boy up. So it'll be 267.13. Because this ain't England. We don't have those half pennies. Yeah. That poor England. Anyway. Brexit. Whoops. All right, I like it. So.
So how do I know whether to deduct or to add?
No. Tax is always going to be added on top of your cost, right? That's how tax works. I wish there was a store that had reverse tax day. Oh, yeah, man. Hello. Yeah, for tax rate. For tax on a purchase, you're always going to add. That's why I said when you see this tax, sales tax problem, it's always going to be percent increase. They ain't going to take that amount off. They're going to add that on.
Hold on.
Yes, sir. I rounded that.
Oh,
13.
Okay.
Yeah.
You counted it. Okay, you got it together.
You know that would round it up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Let's do another one. What kind of weirdness do they have here? Oh, okay. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's silly. What about this here? Yeah, they got some of these reverse problems here. There's a coffee table.
You're still in the 6, right? Chapter 6, right?
$400. The sales tax is $38. What's the sales tax rate? What's the tax rate?
So tax rate, we're trying to find the percentage of the tax there, right?
Yep. See if they have a difference. Yes. What's going on? All right, so how did we get this number over here? We multiplied the tax rate by the cost, right? And then we Added on top, right? Okay. The coffee table costs $400. I don't know this, but I know this. I know how much tax it is, right? So this is just the same as before. It's how much would 400 change? But how much would they actually have to pay to get out of the store? 438 bucks, right? So this is the amount that it changes by, 38 bucks. That's the tax. And then I'm going to divide that by the original. It's the same problem as before.
So it's 38 divided by 4.
Yeah, 38 divided by 4.
Simplify.
Yes. So if I knew the tax rate, I would multiply it by 400 to get this number. So if I don't know the tax rate, I'm going to divide that by 400 to get what the rate was. I really want to be. So if I know the rate, I would multiply it by 400 to get 38. That's what I would do. But I don't know it. So how do I solve for the rate? I divide by, holy shit. Same as before. How much would it change by? Divided by the original.
Okay, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
So what are you saying is 400 and you plus 400 plus 38 and
But I don't have to add anything here. I mean, she would pay $438 to leave the store. So 38 is the change. It went from 400 to 438. So 38 is the change divided by the original, just like we were doing before. That's why a lot of the problems in section 6.3 should feel very familiar, because they're just saying tax rate instead of percent increase. Right? So 6.3 is a specific type of percent change. Taxes. They also have questions about commission. Do you guys know what commission is?
Yeah, sales.
Yeah, if you're a salesman, that's the amount. That's the any sale you make. That's the percentage you get added into your salary. Class I don't work on commission. I'm not even sure how you calculate that for teachers.
Don't know the tax rate, then you got to put the work in. Multiply it.
Oh, let me see what other weirdness can I show you.
What's that?
What's up? Yeah, what is the end? What do you guys get for?
I got 9.5.
Yeah, 950.
Yeah, you got .095.
Yeah, 950.
So 9.5%. Right? You got .095.
Yep.
Okay,
Correct.
sounds about right. 38 over 400 would be 19 over 200. It would be half of 19 over 1 and half 19 is 9.5. So that makes sense. All right, I like it. Let me see if there's another weird one in here. No. The rest of those are pretty straightforward.
So you write it the answer as a
Percent.
decimal?
Yeah. Yeah, the tax rate. You're always going to quote that as a percentage. Okay. I don't think they give you anything else weird in there. No. Alright. So that was section 6.3. I'm going to do 6.4 today, a little bit. Wait here. Let's do at least one more of these kind of problems. Let me see if you guys catch this one here. I'll give you two more problems like this, and then we'll do a little bit out of 6.4, and then we'll head out. Oh, let's see. One more. Cost. $95. What you got, Chip? Lawnmower. Sorry.
What?
Lawnmower. Not somebody who mows your lawn. Sorry, so a lawnmower. You know a lawnmower? I know we don't have many lawns here. So maybe it's a gravel rake instead of a lawnmower. one of those Zen things where you can just kind of zone out. Let's see. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, sure, lunch. I like the second problem a lot. I would, because it's got something you got to realize. First one is just like the one we just did.
Okay, get
No, you gotta be careful, man. See, that 7.5 is not a percentage. It's the tax. So you gotta. So what do we do over there with the tax? We divided it by the original. You can see what the percent was, right? Divided by that formula. Yeah. If you know the tax, you're going to multiply to get with the tax rate. To get to the right. If you know the tax rate, the percentage, you're going to multiply. If you don't know the percentage, you're going to divide. It's kind of the opposite. You do the opposite. Yeah.
You guys see the first one?
Oh, sure. Let's see. What'd you do?
I divided 750 over 95.
Yeah. So we know that the lawnmower costs 95 bucks by itself. Sales tax would be 750. They haven't added it on yet. I'm trying to give you some hints for the second one. So 750 divided by 95. Change divided by original. What do you get for that, roughly? Who to what?
0.0789.
What did you have that one? 0789? Something like that? Okay. So about 7.89%. Alright, I like it. Sounds about right. Sounds like a reasonable tax rate.
This bottom one's not very good.
Yeah, well, too bad for us. What is the big difference between this problem and that problem besides this is a lawnmower, that's a watch? I mean, procedure-wise, what's the difference between these two? This number, does that include the tax? No. So I can just divide straight by because that's what the cost of it was before they added the tax on. This number includes tax. So I can't put 18 divided by this. That doesn't make any sense. What was the original cost? It's always divided by the original.
Subtract the 18.
Subtract the 18. Yeah. So what was the original cost? 180. Be careful. If they do that to you. The bottom of it should be the original cost before tax was added.
Right, then we do the work.
Now you can do
10.
18
Divided by 180.
divided by 180. Sure enough, you get 0.1, 10%. You want to get yourself a $180 watch, then let's tax the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Why not? Right? You want a yacht? Let's tax the double hell out of you.
No.
People just trying to get bread. You get a yacht, let's tax the hell out of you. Sorry, I'll let my political views too. All right, how we feel about this stuff here is, I mean, math is beyond just the formula to plug and chug stuff into. The more you understand all the ideas around something, the less formulas you got to memorize. You just kind of, I'm in this situation, I'm in this situation, I know what to do. But don't forget, you got the book. You can go back and see examples for every kind of homework problem they throw at you. But still, it's nice to kind of understand all the ideas. All right. It's just a little bit in the next section. I'll let us out of here a little early. Anybody have a savings account or a checking account that earns interest? No? All right, some of us do. All right. I remember the days I was like, oh, I wish I could have a saving account. Someday I'll have one. I do, yay. So let's say, let's see, how do I say this? So this is called simple interest. Because there is something called complex interest, which we're not going to get into. Simple interest would be a problem like this. Let's say you put $4,000 in the bank. I just found $4,000 in an envelope on the street. Good Samaritan, or no, let's go to the bank. $4,000 you put into account, earning, let's say 6% interest. And the 6% interest, anytime you put it into an account, it's per year. Now this is called simple interest. There's a lot of, you got to understand, there's a lot of add-ons and different ways to calculate, but this is something called simple interest. It just looks at it in a very, obviously, a very simple way. So this is what's called your principal.